Worldwide Pride Net begins in 5 minutes. Dropping all connections. Please reconnect to this repeater, node 56001, or directly to node 2105 after current connections are dropped.
For those of you who are already connected to the Pride Radio Network prior to that announcement, you may ignore that message. That is just a message being played on one of our affiliate repeaters. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Pedestrian Mobile standing by for the net. Yes, I will be doing the net Pedestrian Mobile for at least a half an hour-ish. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar standing by for the net. everyone, and welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. My name is Kimberly. Kilo Juliet Oscar, like Oscar, is my call sign, and my pronouns are she, her. I am your net control operator for this net. This is a roundtable, general discussion, and RAGQ net, and all calls should go through the net control station. This net meets every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Before we begin, do we have any emergency or other priority traffic? If at any time there is an emergency, please say break, break, and we will assist you. This net provides a safe place for all members of the LGBTQIA+ community, as well as their allies, to hang out over the airwaves. This net, as well as the network it's hosted on, is open to all licensed radio amateur operators. Amateur radio operators, blah, blah, blah. No membership is necessary, and we also welcome third-party traffic as well. Speaking of memberships, the Pride Radio Group provides an inclusive environment for all to learn, experiment, and enjoy radio communications by encouraging, promoting, and supporting diversity with the wider radio community, sharing our experiences and learnings of the community, and celebrating and embracing Pride on the air. For more information about the Pride Radio Group and how to join, plus gain access to our Discord chat room, head on over to prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. Or check out Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf on QRZ. Membership is free and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love. Unless you hate us, of course. Unless you hate us, of course. This net is being relayed on the various nodes, talk groups, and reflectors of the Pride Radio Network and affiliated systems, including All-Star, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, YSF Reflector, WireX, M17, NXDN, P25, and D-Star, as well as various RF repeaters around the world, and is also streamed live on my YouTube channel by searching for my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, as well as Broadcastify and IceCast. For more information on how you can connect to this network, visit prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. And finally, you can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. That is netlogger.org. And for those of you on Android, there is a limited feature program called NetScraper, where that is NetScraper, where it isn't as feature-rich as NetLogger, but it will at least let you see the call signs in real time, just like the desktop application. And with both computer and Android versions, you'll be able to see a list of call signs populate in real time and follow along with the net. As for iPhone users, well, you'll just have to search for it on your own because I don't know anything for iPhones. Anyways, before we begin, do we have any news, announcements, or other items of business for the net and the Pride Radio Group? Hearing nothing, before we get carried away, I am such a dummy. I just now realized that I forgot to connect the VK2 RLT repeater to the network. Whoops. One moment while I do that. Alright, we're almost connected. My phone is just being slow. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Give me one moment as my phone decided to be mean to me. But I almost have it. Alright, this is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. We are now successfully connected to the VK2RLT repeater. I won't bother reading the preamble again because, yeah. Anyways, let's start taking some check-ins for the net. Let's start off with mobile, short on time, or in and out stations. So if you're mobile, don't have much time, or if you just simply want to pop in, say hello, then pop out, you may come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. And speaking of being mobile, I happen to be pedestrian mobile at the moment, just walking around while I do the net. All right, let's see if we have any mobile in and out or shore on time stations wishing to check in. Please come now. All right, hearing nothing, that's opening up to anyone, anywhere. So anyone, anywhere, if you wish to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar standing by for check-ins to the net from anyone, anywhere.
This is
Great. Sarah here, and call time for the twice is November 4, November 18, X-ray.
This is N3VEM, November 3, Victor Echo Mike, he, him.
All right. We have November 4, November Yankee X-ray, and November 3, Victor Echo Mike. Got you both down. Do we have anyone else wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All right. Do we have any more check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, Pedestrian Oval, standing by for more check-ins. All right, I'm going to put one more call. Do we have any more, anyone else out there wishing to check in to the net? Please come now. All right, hearing nothing, let's start working our way down this list here of two people. November 4, November Yankee X-Ray. The mic is yours. You get 7 off your Pedestrian Mobile.
Yep, this is Sarah, N4 NYX.
All right, yeah, that sounds like fun. Going out to the park while doing the net and other fun radio stuff. Hi. Ooh, got people all around throwing up fireworks. They're really getting their New Year's celebrations going on. November 3, Victor Echo Mike, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, over to you.
Hey, thanks, Kimberly. Good evening. I've got Vance here for those who might not know me, and yeah, I'm also just kind of settling in for I guess quieter than probably what most people are doing for New Year's, since we've got the family with the kiddos there in the next room watching some movies and hoping they can stay awake till midnight, and I'm just kind of hanging out here in the shack. Spent most of the day working on a fence along our side yard I've been building, so I'm just kind of glad to be sitting on my butt and resting for a little bit while it's quiet. So figured since I was in the shack, I'd be able to join the net tonight and hang around for at least 2 or 3 rounds, probably, depending on how fussy the kids start getting. So I'll kick it back to you. N3 VEM.
All right. N3 VEM, KK7, however, pedestrian level returning. All right, that sounds pretty good. At least you don't have to put up with the fireworks. Or do you? Anyways, good to have you aboard. And also Sarah, too. All right, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's take a probe out at Radioland to see if anyone else would like to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, New Year's Edition. All I need are your call signs slowly, phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. Let's get some more people added to the list. And make it a real net. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar standing by. All right, and hearing nobody else at this time, it might pick up a little while. You never know. Usually does. N4NYX, back to you, KJ7LMO.
Yep, this is N4NYX. I suppose to comment on the new year, I guess I could say that it's sort of surprising that I made it this far in the hobby. Only got licensed back in February, I believe. And, yeah, for sure. It's been a good year retrospective, and it'll be interesting to see what I get up to in the coming year. We'll pass that back out to the group, N4NYX.
Yeah, copy that. Well, the ham radio hobby can be addicting. Once you get started, there's no stopping. You develop this itch to want to get on the air, and this itch is mighty hard to scratch. The only way you could scratch off that itch is to actually get on the air and have fun. All right, we're going to toss the mic back to November 3, Victor Echo Mike, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Okay, well, it's always, I'll second, it's always exciting to hear some new folks on the air, and yeah, if you're just a few months in, I'm sure you'll find lots of fun stuff in the hobby. I guess by the standards of many hams, I'm still relatively new myself. I guess this year I'll hit the 9-year mark. So it was 2014 was when I first got licensed, and it's a nice hobby to be in because every couple years your interests might change a little bit, but there's always other little niches of the hobby that you can get into. So if you get bored doing something, then you can shift and start doing something else. So yeah, when I first started, I was mostly doing mobile stuff because I traveled a lot for work. So I spent a lot of time in the car on mobile, on repeaters and mobile HF, and then I started doing more work where I was from home. So I set up my home station. I did volunteer work with Parks on the Air for quite a few years, and more recently I actually set up and got the repeater that I'm coming into the system through. I got this repeater set up and on the air, so it's been a lot of fun being in the hobby, just finding new things to dabble in continuously. So you have a long, exciting journey ahead of you. Back to it, N3 VEM.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the ham radio hobby's got you have there's a lot to do on the hobby, and yeah, so many people you can talk to, so many fun experiments to do, and yeah, there's just no end to the It's well worth the price of the ticket and also the equipment. Of course, you have a few rotten eggs that are out there on the airways, but don't even let them get to you. Don't even let them chase you off the air either. If they cause you any trouble, you can always just spin the dial, as they say, and find another frequency to talk on. And if those rotten eggs happen to be on our network, then all you have to do is let us know their details, and we'll come right on in and boot their behinds out of our network and keep them from ever coming back again. Anyways, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have anyone else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All you need to do is throw out your call sign, slowly, twice, then phonetically, of course. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar Pedestrian Mobile, standing by for more check-ins to the net.
Alpha Tango, he, him.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was a double. Yikes, that was a double, and because I was on digital, I wasn't able to hear them all, so I did copy Victor Kilo 3, Lima, India, Tango. Who was the other station that was trying to check in?
Victor Echo Tango Hotel.
All right, Victor Alpha 5 Echo Tango Hotel, got you down. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check into the net? All right. VK3, Lima, India Tango, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours.
Thanks, Kimberly, KJ7OMO. The call sign these days is actually VK3 Alpha Tango. It's changed, but the database takes time to spread on DMR. But I still answer to Lima, India, Tango. Doesn't matter either way. Thank you for running the net. I've only just jumped on. I've been trying to be a bit of a shack slot on SOTA and come back to some SOTA activators, but I'm giving up because I think I made contact with only one person today on 40 meters, and the noise is just so bad. It's really warm in Melbourne. I think lots of folk have their air conditioners on and are sort of fighting with noise in the background. So I thought I'd jump on the DMR, which is never noisy, and chat to you all. AF, I don't know who else is on. I only just switched on, so I'll go around and see who else is around. Thanks for calling me in. KJ7OMO, VK3 Alpha Tango.
VK3 Juliet Echo Delta.
All right, Victor Kilo 3 Alpha Tango. You got your call sign corrected in the log. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. All right, sounds good. Hopefully your new year has been awesome. Same goes to everyone else. Hope all of your new years have been awesome. Congratulations on the new call sign, and welcome aboard. We'll call you back in just a little bit. Good to hear you again on that. Victor Alpha 5 Echo Tango Hotel. We'll toss the mic over to you. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Victor Alpha 5 Echo Tango Hotel. My mistake. Sorry about that.
Victor 5 Echo Tango Hotel here. Hello. It's been a little bit here, but I'm back. So hello, I guess. Not much new to report here other than I'm now using my FT70 to transmit instead of Echolink. Back to net control.
Victor Alpha 5 Echo Tango Hotel, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Well, your FT70D is sounding pretty good. I'm also talking on the FT70D right now as I'm walking around the neighborhood. Alright, good to have you aboard. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list again, so let's see if we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All we need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. Ooh, a lot of fireworks going on. Kilo Juliet, Mike Oscar, standing by for the net. I mean, standing by for more check-ins to the net.
Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta.
Alright, Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta. Nobody can miss that unmistakable voice of yours. Good to have you aboard. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the net? Alright, we're going to toss the mic over to VK3JED, KJ7OMO, Pedestrian Mobile. Take it away.
Kimberly and everyone else I've heard, Brad and Ethel so far. Don't know who else is around. Yeah, I'm out at Audible on Droidstar using 17 at Maryborough, which is about an hour and a half, sort of northwestish of Melbourne. Out here for what they call the Highland Gathering, which is run by the local Scottish Association, and also the professional running. So I'm in a couple of races. I've had one this morning, didn't make the final. I've got another one in about just under 3 hours' time, so I've got a bit of time to pop up on the net and say hello. So here I am. Anyway, hope everyone's well, and we are in 2023 over here. It's, as Brad said, it's quite a hot, mostly sunny day, a little bit of cloud creeping in, which is helping, but there's still a lot of sun in between the clouds. You're expecting around 35, 36 degrees Celsius, sort of 95 to 97 for you lot over there in the States. So yeah, you can imagine what it's like with a nice breeze, warm but still cools things down. And yeah, I'm standing under a tree. Where I've been sitting is also under a tree, but it's a bit busier over there. And with the PA, it would get a bit hard to talk. So I thought I'll take the starting blocks back to the car. I don't need them for the other event I've got. So and I'll get on the net. KJ7 RMO, the group, VK3JD.
KJED, KJ7 OMO, pedestrian, mobile, returning, walking around the neighborhood while doing the net. Good to hear you on the net as always, and yeah, it sounds like you had quite the fun, and well, it's not quite New Year's here yet, but it will be here pretty soon. In fact, people are throwing up fireworks like crazy, and it sounds like they're starting to throw out the, the bigger, louder, meaner fireworks. Yeah, there was one that went off while, during your transmission, and oh boy, it was so loud I literally felt my whole body shaking. It was loud. Anyways, yeah, again, you're sounding pretty good on the M17. Well, for you it would be this afternoon, but for me it would be this evening. Anyways, we're going to toss the mic back to November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, pedestrian mobile.
Goodness, catching me out of the, well, not quite out of the blue, but without much to say. Yeah, I think I had something to say earlier, but kind of forgot it while listening in. Hi. We'll toss that back around to the group this round. This is N for NYX, back to net control.
And for NYX KJ7 OMO returning. Not a problem. It happens to the best of us. November 3, Victor Echo Mike, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss the mic over to you.
Okay, well, yeah, so Kimberly, you're not the only one listening to some fireworks. Luckily for us, it's not nearly as loud. We're far enough from where the most common ones are that folks do, so we can hear them, but it's usually not too loud unless every now and then our neighbor, like 2 houses down from us, so, well, where we live is, we're in a development, but our development is right against a farm, so my backyard, when I go out of my backyard, is just wide open farm fields, but then I have houses on either side. But a couple houses down, every now and then they'll get some of like the big commercial fireworks, and they'll go out in the field back there and set them off. So some years, out of the blue, there'll be very loud fireworks very close, but that's only, seems like it's once every 3 or 4 years that they do that. Usually it's pretty quiet though. So far this year we haven't heard anything, nothing loud enough to shake our house anyway, so we're good so far there. Yeah, there was the VK folks talking about the weather there and being in the new year. I'm a little jealous. It sounds nice. They're starting the new year already, and it sounds well downright hot, which I prefer hot to cold. So I'm a little envious. But yeah, we'll have to ask when it does get back around to the VK folks, since they're already in 2023 and we've got a couple hours of 2022 left. They'll have to give us the report if 2023 is shaping up any better than 2022 so far. Back to net, N3 VEM.
Alright, 3 VK3VEMKJ7OMO returning. Yeah, copy that. Well, here in my area, people use the big, loud, house-shaking fireworks all the time. Like, every time there's an occasion that warrants the use of fireworks to celebrate, they would always bring out the big, and being that we're so close to the Mexican border, a lot of them would often go across the border and buy those illegal fireworks. Perfectly illegal in Mexico, but not legal here. But people buy them anyway, and they somehow smuggle them across the border, and then they set them bad boys off, and well, you know, big loud boom. Anyways, oh wait, and one more thing. Sometimes some of the neighbors are very drunk while that goes off, and a lot of times they would, you know, set one of those sky shooting fireworks off while they're holding it on their hand, pointing it at a lower angle. So instead of going straight up to the sky, it's right at, and they're very drunk when they do this. And I'm like, oh shoot, I hope they don't start a fire or do anything else worse. Yeah, people get downright terrifying and scary with them things. Anyways, yeah, the Australian weather, that sounds like a pretty good way to start the new year. Nice and warm. Anyways, that's enough rambling for me for now. I'll toss the mic over to Victor Kilo 3 Alpha Tango. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, pedestrian mobile.
KJ7 OMO VK3 Alpha Tango. So I'm super impressed that you're running the net pedestrian. I've never been on a net with a super chilled pedestrian net controller. Are you keeping notes, or are you just keeping everything in your head, Kimberly? That's amazing. And I'm sure Tony will come back with some updates on Australia. I'll kind of kick things off. Yes, we do. As in Australia, we live in the future, and we have already had our New Year's a number of hours ago, in fact, and there were fireworks everywhere, and same challenges as over there. I don't mind fireworks, but I have cats, and they hate fireworks, so it's fun, but also a little bit anxiety-inducing over New Year's in my household. But fireworks are beautiful, and so far, 2023 is looking bright and beautiful, I guess a lot to look forward to. Other parts of the world who haven't hit their new year yet. And Tony, I heard that you didn't make final race. Sorry about that. Very cool that you're joining the net through M17. That's really cool. And trying to see if there's any other notes I made to come back to. No, I don't think so for now, but I'm sure there'll be more in the next round. KJ7 OMO VK3 Alpha Tango.
VK3 Alpha Tango, KJ7 OMO returning. Well, to answer your question, I'm actually remote controlling my computer from my phone, and I got the NetLogger software running on it, and that's how I'm able to keep notes. I just use the NetLogger that's how I'm able to run things. So I'm talking on my handheld HT while remote controlling the computer on my phone. And speaking of NetLogger, you can actually download NetLogger and on your Windows for a Apple computer, and an call sign pop up in real time and follow along with the net that way. And if you're on an Android device, you can use the Net Scraper, which is a far more limited program, but at least you could see the list of call signs with it. And I'm not sure what NetLogger compatible program is out there for iPhones, but I'm pretty sure you can find one. But yeah, once again, I'm remote controlling our computer at the moment, and that's how I'm keeping tabs with the net and keeping all the notes. In case if I, lose the remote control, then, well, I've got other ways to be able to keep the notes that I need. Anyways, pretty fireworks. Victor Alpha 5 Echo Tango Hotel Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, the mic is yours. Victor Alpha 5 Tango Hotel Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
Hotel. Hi. Yeah, I don't know I don't really have anything to say. And also I actually have something I need to do, so I will be checking out now.
Alrighty, Victor Alpha 5 Echo Tango Hotel Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Not a problem. Thanks for joining the net and hanging out with us. I shall say 7333, and we'll see you next time. We'll toss the mic over to Victor Kilo 3 Juliet Echo Delta Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, pedestrian mobile.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good job there, Kimberly, and not the first pedestrian mobile net control on here. I've done it. Usually on the Friday, the local net that happens at 1 o'clock our time on a Friday, often or pedestrian mobile or stationary around the picnic area. And yeah, you can probably hear the PA in the background. The foot races are starting again. The 120 metre men's gift. I'm a bit old for that race. I can't get a good enough handicap to have a chance. So yeah, no point me doing it. So I did the Masters 120 a couple of hours ago for the over 35s, and yeah, it went alright, but didn't make the final. And yeah, the 300's like 2.5 hours away, so you get to take in the atmosphere. Watched a little bit of the wood chopping just now while waiting for things to come round. There's I could hear a pipe band in the distance. They've just stopped playing right now, Island Pipe Band. So yeah, all good, but yeah, very warm out here. It's a warm, dry area where I am. Yeah, Maryborough for Brad's info. And yeah, I'm just moved house in a very quiet area, so no fireworks at all. They're actually all legal unless properly done with a permit by a licensed pyrotechnician, which is what all the big ones you see in the cities are, and the ones in the centre of town. But yeah, I had an early night, wanted to get a good night's sleep, so I'd be ready for today. First year I've actually managed to do this. I've been trying to come for the last two, but the last two have been cancelled due to COVID. Anyway, Yeah, that noise you can hear is the little kids train ride that's going around the outside of the arena. Yeah, it's quite a day out here. KJ7OMO, the group, Big K3JD.
VK3, JED, KJ7, OMO, pedestrian mobile. Well, it's probably a good thing that a permit is required for fireworks. It keeps the ones that don't know what they're doing away from them things. Here, I suppose it depends on the jurisdiction you're in. Not only the state, but also the county and the city you're... Anyways, we're at the bottom of the list. So, let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar like Oscar. I'll be standing by for more check-ins to the net. Do we have any more folks out there wishing to check into the net at this time? Please come now.
Kilo India 5, Alpha Oscar Kilo, KI5, AOK, Robert, Katy, Texas.
Alright, just to confirm, was that Kilo India 5, Alpha Oscar Kilo?
Yeah, Kilo India 5, Alpha Oscar Kilo.
Alright, down. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the net at this time? Alright, Kilo India 5, Alpha Oscar Kilo, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar like Oscar. We'll toss the mic over to you.
Hello, Kimberly. It's been a while since I talked to you. This is Robert over in Katy, Texas, KI5AOK. Hey, and I just basically was just surfing the internet and playing with the grandkids. Grandkids are here for. I think this is for all I can remember, this is, I think, the first time we've had the grandkids here over New Year's Eve, so they get to celebrate our traditions, too, along with us tonight. Got my 21 candle tradition from my wife. She's ready to go, so am I, thanks. And everything seems to be looking good tonight. Anyways, I basically just wanted basically key up and wish you and your audience a happy New Year and a prosperous 2023 for everybody. Anyways, I'll go ahead and get off the mic here. I got a couple grandkids that want to play with me now. So, anyways, this is Robert, KI5 AOK.
All right, KI5AOK, KJ7LMO returning. Well, welcome aboard, and good to have you on the net. And yeah, it sounds like you're having a load of fun with the grandkids there. Anyways, since this is a rent here now, would you like to stay checked in, or would you like to check out? Back to you.
No, I can check in. That's fine. I'm not really doing much of anything anyways, just listening to the radio. So, yeah, if you have a topic you want to talk about, yeah, I'd be more than happy to put my 2 cents in on it if you want. Anyways, KI5, AOK.
No problem. We'll call you back in just a little bit. We're going to toss the mic back up to the top. November 4, November, Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, pedestrian mobile. Over to you.
You know, funny thing about the mentioning of fireworks regulations is, in my neck of the woods, yeah, really shouldn't be happening, but people are all too eager to disobey and get something nice and pretty launched up into the sky. So, I don't know, might be an American thing. Take it as we will, I suppose. I mean, I can appreciate that there's something pretty to look at outside, but not exactly my kind of thing to partake in too much, but oh well. We'll toss that back out to the group. This is N4NYX.
N4NYX KJ7 Olive returning. Well, if they want to around the walls and shoot them fireworks up anyway, they should at least do so responsibly. As long as they could be responsible and be careful not to let the fireworks do any harm, then alright, fine. They could throw the fireworks up to their heart's content. Though really they should get a permit. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents on that. November 3, Victor Echo Mike, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it back to you.
Good deal. Yeah, thanks for sending it back around to me again. This will actually probably be my last one. The kids' movie's winding down, so I think when they're done with their movie, we're probably going to shift to some games and see if we can see who all makes it till midnight before they fall asleep. But yeah, we've been having a fun evening. They've been kind of in and out. Our two middle boys, you know, whenever they're watching a movie, if they get to a part that they deem a little bit scary, they'll kind of run and hide in my office and peer out through the door. So the movie they're watching tonight is the Garfield movie. So there haven't been too many parts they deemed scary enough to have to hide, but they did appear a couple times to kind of hide and peek out. But it sounds like they're getting near the end, so I'm actually going to head out there with them, and I'll check out for the evening. Thanks for running the net, and if we don't chat with all of you folks anymore this evening, we'll chat with everybody in the new year. Have a good one. N3, VEM. I'll be clear.
November 3, November 3, Victor Echo Mike, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with us, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And 7-3. Victor Kilo 3 Alpha Tango. It's your turn again. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, pedestrian mobile.
suburbs here. I'm not actually 100% sure about that. I thought the rule was that they're only allowed in sort of the city, and then unofficial fireworks are not allowed locally. Either way, there are heaps around, and I agree with you all. Not always welcome, especially with pets. I can understand them not being highly illegal in Marysville, Tony, with those horrible fires I've heard of a number of years ago. I imagine there's zero tolerance for any risk of starting a fire out there. Otherwise, I'm trying to stay cool and build some new antenna. One is a mag loop. In fact, I had a mag loop that worked really well, and I took it to a Pride Radio Group picnic quite a while ago now, and it went rolling and completely bust. So I'm finally getting around to fixing it up. I plan on using a little bit next week, and so I've got kind of a new capacitor for it. And my 3D printer's being the blink, but that has come back to life, which is I'm very grateful for. And so before it dies again, I'm trying to quickly print out some bits for it so that I can get that up and going again. Otherwise, not much on for today. KA7OMO VK3 Tango.
Alright, A3 Alpha Tango, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, my God, returning. Your audio was on the low side, and I was struggling to pick out what you were saying, but I did got kind of sort of the gist of it. And yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, so yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. We'll just toss it over to VK3JED, KJ7OMO.
Okay, Kimberly. Yeah, just as in the Gremlins department, not hearing in for NYX, no signal coming at all through the system this way from that particular station. Everyone else is coming through really well, including Bradley, who's sounding quite good here. Everyone's sounding good except for Sarah, who's not getting a signal at all out this way, so not sure what's going on there, and not in a position. I think you saw the photo I put on NetOps. I don't think a shoe bag and a set of starting blocks is going to help fix the network. I'm good, but I'm not that good. No one else got that reference. Look in the Pride NetOps channel on Discord.
Oh, not a problem. VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. Still pedestrian road. Fixing to make my way back to the house because, well, yeah, my legs are starting to get tired. But I gotta keep them going so I can make it home. Anyways, we're gonna toss the mic back over to, KJ7OMO pedestrian mobile.
KI5AOK, hey, hello everyone. Since the topic is on fireworks and fireworks regulations, I live out in Harris County, over just outside Houston. I do know Houston has got fireworks bans. Basically, you can't have possession of fireworks. You can't fire off the fireworks. You can't buy it. And so what people tend to do over in Houston is they tend to go into the outskirts of Harris County, where there is no such regulation, and they tend to buy it there. And of course, they try to sneak it back through. Sometimes Houston police is sitting over out here on I-10. They're sitting, waiting for people to cross back into the city of Houston, and then nail them and take their fireworks. I think the last person told me, somebody had told me it's something like $1,000 or $1,500 a piece for every piece of fireworks you have when you transport it back to Houston. But like I said, I live in Harris County, outskirts of Houston, in an unincorporated area, and we don't have such a regulation. So Harris County itself doesn't have one, so people tend to buy the fireworks all the time, and they launch them all the time. For the last, I think it was like 3 nights now, they've been launching them like crazy, and it's just getting worse right now. So I do know that I have an account with Nextdoor, which a lot of people in this area also has them, and so I hear them complain a lot about the fireworks, and especially I don't mind the fireworks going off. I do mind when they go off at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. There's got to be some sensible limit here on this. But other than that, that's pretty much how it is over here where I'm at. So I said I don't particularly care if the fireworks are being fired off or not until it starts getting like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then it's like, come on, guys, enough's enough. Anyways, I'll turn it back to control. KI5 AOK.
KI5AOK, KJ7OMO, your net control station, returning, yeah, copy that, well, I suppose if they want to have their fun, then they gotta stay away from town. And holy cow, a $1,500 fine per piece of firework. Yikes. That is a really steep fine. Imagine if they had about 20 or 30 pieces of fireworks in their cars, and they're looking at one hefty bill. Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it at all. Yeah, around here, when people get their hands on them things during these special occasions, like now, they tend to go all night long with them. It's relentless. It's just, they don't know when to quit. And cops would show up sometimes, tell them to knock it off, and then to an hour after they take off, they start the fireworks up again. So, yeah, it's just, there's no end to it. Anyways, at least until they run out of supply anyways. Alright, we've reached the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have anyone else out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, pedestrian mobile, standing by for more check-ins to the net. All right, do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in at this time? Please come now. All right, nothing heard. We'll kick it back up to the top. November 4, November Yankee X-ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours.
This is N4NYX as comment to what Tony had to say about me not coming through. Looks like I might still have to be shopping for a master that works, or maybe it's a temporary issue of some sort. I'm pretty sure we've had another couple of check-ins that came in through DMR, so probably not a issue with DMR as a whole. Would be interesting to figure that out. But if anything else, gremlins in the network causing trouble kind of keeps us out of trouble. Hi. Back on the fireworks regulations, up here in Colorado where I'm transmitting from, as I understand, there's a categorical ban on anything that leaves the ground statewide, but doesn't stop many people from crossing up to Wyoming or otherwise and picking up their wares and heading back down. And anyone who's doing fireworks, break for the timeout, sorry. Anyone who's running their fireworks till 3 a.m., I've got to question their budgetary choices and how much supply they've got, since that is definitely a bit excessive. Hi. We'll toss that back out to the group in net control. This is N4NYX.
All right, this is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, returning. No longer pedestrian mobile. I'm back at my shack. Ooh, my legs are tired. And plus, now I'm starting to smell the smoke out there from them fireworks, and it's making me cough really hard. I might need to take my inhaler. Anyways, while I do that, I'll toss the mic over to VK3AT, Alpha Tango, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
I'm picking up everybody perfectly, and I'm coming through the free DMR node. I forget which node I'm on, I can check. But that's really strange. Strange that you're struggling to hear me, Kimberly. Tony is, and Tony can't hear Sarah. I can hear everyone, which I guess is lucky. Usually I struggle with the DMR network on this net, but today it's working flawlessly for me, which is... I think I'll make this my last round too. I'll listen in for a little bit, but I got to go down into the sweltering hot garage and pick up the next thing off the 3D printer. Thanks for running the net, Kimberly, especially while pedestrian. Happy New Year, everyone, and all the best for 2023. I'll catch you all soon. 7 OMO, VK3 Alpha Tango.
All right, Victor Alpha 3, Victor Kilo 3 Alpha Tango, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, returning.
Sorry about that. Woo! Thanks for hanging out with us, and I shall say 7-3 to you, and look forward to hearing you on the net again. VK3JED will toss it over to you. KJ7OMO.
Yeah, okay. And, yeah, I've just moved position on the way back to where I've got everything under the trees. Tree hopping here in the sun. And, yeah, a bit close to the PA, so a little bit of local QRM, you could call it. Our mate is the final as well. In fact, probably about the time I unkey, I'll get to watch the final of the women's gift, which we've got one of the fastest women in the country running, and she's been running really well today. Watched her in the heats and the semis. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and yeah, you'll yeah. They're not out yet. Anyway, yeah, so I'll get back to here. I've got about an hour before I've got to start preparing for my own race, and yeah, a lot more to think about. So yeah, how to get ready, or how to sort of get a few drinks, cool off a bit. Yeah, how to prepare for the race and race, and then that's probably me done for the day. We'll be back next week, probably from a normal home capacity. KJ7 OMO with the group, VK3JD listening briefly, and then
VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with us, and yeah, have fun with your running competition, and hopefully you score big. And hopefully you finish strong. 7-3 to you, and we'll catch you next time. Over to Kilo India 5, Alpha Oscar Kilo, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Oi, 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 it sounds like my neighbors are smoking that, marijuana quite heavily. I could smell it all the way from here. Kilo India 5, Alpha Oscar Kilo, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Okay, it looks like we lost that station. We're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for more check-ins to the net. All right. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in at this time? All right. November Yankee X-ray. We'll toss it back to you. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Well, running out of things to say on that one, but yeah, definitely interesting how FreeDMR does get into the network. However, something's getting missed somewhere along the line. I don't know. There's all sorts of moving parts to both the Pride Network and FreeDMR, and honestly, it'd be interesting to look into more how different FreeDMR nodes hands off traffic between one another and all of that sort of stuff. Maybe a project for the new year. Hi. We'll toss that back to you, Kimberly. This is N4NYX.
N4NYX, KJ7LMO returning. Yeah, it's fascinating how these networks can are like intertied and intertwined with each other, and yeah, it's interesting how this thing works. All right, let's see if Robert in Katy, Texas is back with us. KI5AOK, KJ7OMO.
It's Kimberly. I'm hearing my grandkids in the background pretty much, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're running around the house here. Anyways, yeah, it's, just to reply to the question for the Steve Fine thing, I think that's obviously it's done on purpose to try to discourage everybody from going through, so, well, I think it might have worked, or maybe not, I don't know. Me personally, I don't buy fireworks, so it's no big deal for me. Anyways, I've got a couple grandkids who've been tugging at me to go play with them, so I am going to go play with them, so I'm going to make this my last call through, and, but anyways, I enjoy talking to everybody here, and I just want everybody to stay safe this weekend. Stay safe and have a happy New Year, and hopefully you'll have good health, good health, and good health, good life, and a very prosperous 2023 for everyone. Anyways, I'm going to go now. I'm returning to net control. This is Robert, KI5AOK. See ya.
All right, KI5AOK, KJ7OMO returning. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with us and all that, and you also have a wonderful, prosperous New Year as well. 7-3 to you and all of your little munchkins, or your rugrats, or munchkins, or what? Yeah, we'll just say your munchkins. Munchkins. Anyway, 7-3 to you and the rest of your family, and we look forward to hearing from you again on the next net. All right, whoa, I sound like I was overdriven for a moment, according to my meter. Let me turn that down a little bit. Here we go. That sounds a little better, hopefully. All right, do we have anyone else wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you wish, you may give us your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for anyone else wishing to check into the net. Alright, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in to the net at this time? Please come now. Alright. Well, I'm gonna make this the final call. Final call, folks. Final call. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? This is your last chance to get checked in for this net. Alrighty, well, it doesn't look like we're getting anyone else, so we'll go ahead and toss it over to you, Sarah, and then we'll shut the net down, and yeah, and if you like, we can just continue hanging out casually. November 4, November, Yankee X-Ray, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
And for NYX here, yeah, I had a look at the net logger and realized, yeah, it looks like we're down to just ourselves here at the end of the net. Also, props to you doing net control pedestrian mobile and getting everything entered in there. Definitely not something that I would think would be too easy to do, but you did it well. Not sure I've got another comment to end the net on, so we'll toss that back to you. This is N4 NYX.
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Yeah. It's not easy to run the net while pedestrian mobile, but I managed to pull it off. I mean, sure, I could have just, sat here and do the net and then go pedestrian mobile after it was done, but doggone it. My body was screaming at me, and yeah, I had no choice but to go outside and do my exercise. And beans that I'm taking, hormone replacement, estrogen, I have to walk around every now and then and keep my legs moving. Otherwise, I risk a blood clot if I don't keep my legs moving. So, yeah, it's important that I, get my exercise in and get the blood circulating. And as long as I keep doing that, I have no risk at all. Alrighty. Before I end the net, I said that would make the final chance. I would, give a final chance. But you know what? This is going to be the absolute final call. Do we have anybody else wishing to check in? Already hearing nothing? We're going to call that a wrap. I would like to thank all of you for participating and having fun on this net. I also would like to thank the Waverly Amateur Radio Society in Sydney, as well as the folks behind the VK3 RBO repeater, for the use of their systems to carry this net, as well as VK3JED, VK2WAY, and the rest of the Pride Radio group for making this net possible. I now return all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their abnormal abuse. I mean, normal amateur radio use. Hi. 7-3 to all from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and have a wonderful, prosperous new year. And as they say in Star Trek, live long and prosper. I'm going to go ahead and continue to monitor the net for the afternet party. The net is now closed. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. And for those of you who are on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll see you on the next one. 7-3, y'all, from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.